Yun, going back, yung babasahin natin yung 3 mistakes too often made na topic dito sa librong Think of These Things by John C. Maxwell. Natawa ako, sasawa ko habang nililinis pa ako. Pinig ko nag-struggle siya. Nakalimutan ata niya ang paa ng kalabaw yung hilinisin.
Pili na dito mga hindi tawag dito, hindi maliliha. Malalina.
Yan may makapal. Yan may makapal.
Anong makapal?
May makapal yan, may manipis.
Anong topic niyan?
Yan na. 3 mistakes too often made. Ayan. Tignan natin, ano ba yung mga 3 bagay na madalas na maling ginagawa natin?
Di ba sa leaders yan? About sa leaders?
Hindi ko lang. Oo nga, meditations for leaders. Let's start. The following mistakes, I believe, are the most commonly made. Wait.
The
following mistakes, I believe, are the most commonly made. Number 1. Believing that mistakes are always to be avoided. Oo nga naman. No one can avoid a mistake. Tama naman si John Maxwell. Then natin kanyang explanation. The reason people try to avoid mistakes is that they feel they are a sign of failure or weakness. But mistakes can become learning experiences. If you haven't made a mistake lately, I question whether you're trying hard enough.
Anong recent mistake mo ba sa tingin mo?
Recent mistake. When it comes to mistake, isa lang ang naiisip talaga po mistake. Hanggang ngayon may regret ako. Hindi ko tinapos yung masters ko.
Recent nga eh.
Ha?
Recent?
Recent.
Kailangan ko buhay. Sarap na din.
Ha?
Sarap.
Hindi ko nga nararamdaman.
Sobrang kapal. Sige, sorry. Sensya na po sa background music namin na
Recent mistake. May mga mistakes siguro sa sa bike minsan gano'n. Ikaw. Ayan.
yung ginagawa ko ngayon. Bakit ko sabihin mo? Mistake na hindi mag-focus sa mas kailangan pag-focusan. Masyadong naging complacent.
Saan ka naging complacent?
Sa spiritual life.
Galit.
Galit.
Nanggigigil ka dyan.
Sige na, tuloy na.
Rico, pinapano mo yung buto ko. Sama. Not all avenues have been pursued. Not all channels have been covered. We learn from our mistakes. It probably can be said further that a person cannot learn without making them. Perhaps we would learn more from our mistakes if we were not so busy denying that we make them. Fear of making mistakes has kept many people from rising to the top. Nasa DNA din natin yung kasi minsan ng Pilipino. Nalala ko. Culture. Paro lang. DNA na rin ng tao. As a general. Nalala ko lang kasi kanina yung may nakita akong post sa Facebook.
Ano?
Yung post na Yun ang post siya ng napakaraming, parang siya, parang realization post tawag doon. Marami siyang medal. Tapos sabi niya, na-realize ko na hindi naman pala talaga mahalaga na napakarami mong medal nung high school ka, elementary at college. Napopostrate siya sa studies niya nun. Pag ganito, pag ganyan. Nakalimutan niya na enjoy yung ginagawa niya. Parang gano'n. Parang sasabi niya na yun, sana mabago yung ganong kultura nga daw na yung ng mga tao, yung competition, masyadong competitive. Parang gano'n. Nanana ko lang.
Ba't nakakonect yun dyan sa sunod mo?
Parang kasi yun yung naging natin minsan, kaya parang takot tayong mag-commit ng mistake. So feeling natin mistakes or failure. Pero kung tutusin, mistakes naman talaga, hindi siya failure. It just mean na meron ka pang room for improvement. Di ba? Ganun. Ikaw. Ano ako ulit mo na wala? During a church growth convention that I was conducting, a lady raised her hand and asked, "Do you ever fail when you go soul winning?" I quickly replied, "No." She could not believe what she heard, so she repeated the question. I gave the same reply.
Ano
She,
reply na?
huh?
Ano reply?
No.
Oh, ano yung tanong?
Do you ever fail when you go soul winning? Siyempre, expectation mo naman, yes, diba? Sa kanya, no. Wala siya kahinaan. Walang kahinaan si John Maxwell. And then the second time, I gave him the same reply. She jumped to her feet and said, "Do you mean to tell me that every time you witness..." Aray ko,
sorry.
umusagarin.
Sorry.
Please.
Okay, sorry.
Commercial yan, guys. Do you mean to tell me that every time you witness, you win someone to Christ? I replied, "No, not everyone becomes a Christian." But you said you never failed when you're witnessing, she exclaimed. I tried to clarify the point by explaining that just because a person did not receive Christ when I witnessed to him or her did not mean I had made a mistake or had failed. O nga naman, bakit ba? Doon ba nakasalala yung diba? Yung success ng All I was responsible to do was share Christ with the person. It's not my job to save him or her. The failure lies in being one who never shares his or her faith with others. True. Fear of rejection, mistakes, and failure causes people to make the worst mistake of all, that of doing nothing. Yun yung mistake doon. In doing nothing. It can also be applied sa ating di ba? Sa ating buhay. When you don't ang mistake hindi yung pag ginawa mo na. Ang mistake kapag yung hindi mo ginawa. Tama ba yan?
Basta yung kung dapat mong ginagawa.
Kung magalit, kaya naman masabi.
Baka di nila naririnig. Balit na rin ito
When you make a mistake, you can resolve never to make another one. When you make a mistake, you can resolve you can resolve never to make another one. But that's an impossible resolution. You can decide that mistakes are too costly and become fearful of them. But That fear will keep you from fulfilling your potential. You can constantly think about your mistakes and live with regret, but that's self-torture. Finally, you can learn from your mistakes and become a better person, and that's progress. Naman sabi mo sa una.
Na
Yun yung unang ano eh, yun yung
dapat
unang
hindi
common, ano yun?
iisipin as
Mistakes too often made, yun yung una.
ano na?
Is believing that mistakes are always be, that always, huh? Believing that mistakes are always to be avoided. Yung mga cliche na ano yan? Failure is not an option. Nakatakot pag yun.
Naalala ko lang sa pinabasa ngayon kung nag-fail na ba si Dan Maxwell sa pag-ibig mo. So, naalala ko lang yung mga times na nag-share kami sa Cubao. Kasi, dati fear ko na para sa mga listeners po, no? Nagkaroon kasi ako ng workplace sa Cubao. Tapos, for a time, tuwi-uwian, nag-share kami ng gospel ng mga churchmates ko na medyo malapit. Yan. Naputol yung video. So, nagkaroon ng time na nag-share kami ng gospel then after work. Tapos, ayun, may mga times na na iniisip ko, natutuwa kaya sila sa ginagawa namin na nag-share kami. Pero minsan kasi may mga days na wala talagang tumatanggap. Parang minsan naipagkwentuhan lang kami dun sa nasyashara namin. After mag-share, naipagkwentuhan lang sila, ganun. Hindi sila yung ganun na mag-pray ng prayer of salvation. Ng mga ganong times. Tapos parang, kasi once a week lang naman yun. Tapos naisip kaya nila nasasayang yung oras nila sa ginagawa namin. Parang ganun. Naalala ko lang na na wala talagang walang failure doon sa lahat ng instances na yun. Parang lahat yun opportunity na yung magawa yung part namin as Christians, ganun na to fulfill the Great Commission, ganun. Ayun, nakakamiss lang kasi hindi na makaka-approach ng stranger ngayon. Sobrang hindi na nga makalabas ng bahay. Tapos, syempre, hindi na, parang ang weird kapag online, tapos bigla kang magchat-chat sa, friend mo sa Facebook. Meron ka mang 15 minutes. Parang nakakatawa ngayon, pero para pag-iisipin, parang pwede naman nga palang gawin na. Ayun, naalala ko lang mga times na yun. Sobrang saya sa feeling kapag may na-approach ka, tapos na-sharean mo ng gospel. At syempre, sobrang lalong mas masaya kapag tinanggap nila si Jesus Christ. Nakakamiss lang. Pero masaya ako kasi hindi ko pinagsisisihan yung mga times na sobrang pagod na ako sa work, pero nag-share pa rin naman ako. Ang naisip ko, mabuti na lang nagawa ko yun ng time na yun. Ayun lang. Share ko lang. Ikaw naman, naisip mo.
Ako wait lang, babalik ko muna itong mic.
Saan kaya yung football?
Ano. Sa akin, ganun din. Hindi mo madalas ko sinasabi kapag may mga ganitong may planning grupo or ministry o kahit sa lugar. Kapag yung time na nangyano, yung time na i-execute na yung plan, ang lagi ko sinasabi, pinapaalala ko sa grupo na don't always expect the unexpected. Parang laging hindi matutuloy ng 100% ng plano. Yung ganun. Pero it's okay. Yun yung lagi sinasabi. Nalala mo yung sa kasal natin, sinabi ko rin yun sa mga tao na huwag nyo expect na 100% matutuloy yan ng ganun kung paano ito pinaplano. So, just to lift yung pressure minsan, yung burden sa mga tao, mga ganun ba. Kasi, lagi na talaga magkakaroon ng mistakes. Lagi mayroong ganun. Ang na lang, sana makapag-adjust ka na lang the way you're going to respond towards the mistake.
Yung nga diba pag nag-set ng goal dati, nakita yung share mo, sobrang taas. Kasi pag binabahan mo sa umpisa pa na, kaya yung baba nyo naman, no? Less effort na yung gagawin.
Less effort.
Okay. Continue.
Number 2. Isa pa sa mga mistakes too often made is thinking that success comes naturally to those who are the most brilliant and talented. Meron ditong yun. History has proven that people are successful not because of brilliance, but because of persistence and desire.
Tapos,
Yun. Ulitin natin. Number 2 mistake too often made is thinking that success comes naturally to those who are the most brilliant and talented. History has proven that people are successful not because of brilliance, but because of persistence and desire. A young man who was learning how to become a trapeze artist. Ano ba yung trapeze? Yung sa circus yun, di ba? Parang sa circus. Ano yung trapeze?
ito yung
A young man who was learning how to become a trapeze artist heard some excellent advice from his teacher, who said, "Throw your heart over the bars, and your body will follow." Yung nga yung trapeze. Yung swing. No matter what field of endeavor we're pursuing, those of us who throw our hearts into our work will know success. Ayun, The degree of success you achieve depends upon the amount of sincere desire you possess. Successful people have a dream that becomes too exciting, too important to remain in the realm of fantasy. Their dream becomes a burning desire. Day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, they toil in the service of their dreams until they can see it with their eyes and touch it with their hands. Mali-erase ko lang. Yung success thing kasi, diba? Tapos dito yung success na dumarating na siya mga brilliant and talented. He's talking about desire and persistence. Parang magiging successful ka lang in a way o ma-achieve mo lang yung success na gusto mo doon sa isang bagay kapag gusto mo talaga siya.
Bakit mo naman makakita ng success for yourself?
Bagay. Hindi, parang yung isama na natin yung success nung worldly point of view. Parang ma-achieve mo lang siya kung talagang gusto mo talaga yung ginagawa mo. Parang gano'n. Diba? Hindi ko talaga gusto mag-aral eh. Yeah.
Ulit mo na.
Persistence. Persistence is needed for one to be an achiever. Success is never instantaneous. It's never an accident. Success is continuous. It takes growth and development. It's achieving one thing and using that as a stepping stone to rise higher up the mountain of accomplishment. The true measure of success is not what position you reach in life, but what obstacles you have overcome. Next page. You have overcome to reach the desired goal. Obstacles are obstacles are overcome by persistence. Yun yung pangalawa, ano sabi mo?
Ano, nasabi ko yung success. Hindi naman pare-pareho for everybody. Pero, yung pagmana na nag-ano eh, mag-overflow at mag-overflow yung result ginagawa. Kaya sila tinatawag na successful kasi sobra-sobra yung parang halimbawa tayo, successful na tayo kung makapag-share tayo sa isang tao. Makapag, syempre, rejoicing na yung heaven sa isang masisay. Pero pag lagi, pag nasa level ka na na thousands na yung nasa-share mo, syempre, imposible hindi makikwento yun sa ibang tao. Syempre, ang galing naman yun. Magiging successful siya. In a way, nagagawa na. Yan lang. Parang wala pa akong masasahit sa buhay ko. Na sobra akong naging passionate. Ito. Pero,
Siguro kung paano na mag-uusapan yung music talaga.
sa music. I
Parang,
agree.
kasi nagsimula ako na talagang wala naman nagturo sa akin talaga ng specific, pero yun, marami din nagulat eh kung paano ako nag-improve. Pero yung kasi passion eh. Medyo napatanong na ako bigla. Kasi siyempre may mga parte na buhay ko na parang hindi ko siya nakikita naging successful. Hindi na successful. Hindi nagkakaroon na umaayos na fruit. Pero hindi minsan isip ko, passion ko ba talaga yan? Like for example, sa church planting, sa ministry, parang it caught my attention to ask myself na ano ba talaga yung passion na ko ngayon? Parang yun. So, totoo naman, di naman talaga it's not about brilliance or ano. It's about talaga persistence and desire. Yeah, pagka di nag-bear ng fruit yung ginagawa mo, you need to go back to your system na, teka, sinasabi ko lang to. Mga ganun. Since may mga ganun, kahit sa mga estudyante, sinasabi ko yun eh, baka mas sinasabi mo lang na yan ang gusto mo talaga, na yan ang passion mo. Pero, kasi, in the end of the day, action speaks louder than words eh. So, yun lang. So, yung unang point natin?
Yeah. Mistake of
Believing that mistakes can be avoided.
pangalawa.
Success is ano yan? Success comes naturally to those who are most brilliant and talented.
Mistake.
Mistake yun. Ang bangat ito. Pangatlong mistake that too often made is refusing to change when there's a need to change. Hmm. Hmm. Pepe. One of my favorite stories is about an old fellow who was coming up to his 100th 100
Red.
100th
Pause mo na. Basang ko.